Have you ever met an evil person who disrespected you? Today we'll go through 10 Stoic lessons for effectively handling disrespect. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Maintain inner peace. In the face of disrespect, maintaining inner peace becomes an essential practice. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-mastery and emotional resilience, offers valuable insights into how we can preserve our tranquility amidst challenging circumstances. It's imperative to recognize that while we may not have control over the actions of others, we have full control over our own reactions. To truly embody this Stoic principle, it's helpful to engage in regular mindfulness exercises that promote a sense of centeredness and calm. Deep breathing, meditation, or visualization techniques can all be effective tools for grounding oneself in the present moment and fostering inner peace. By cultivating a practice of mindfulness, we can develop the ability to observe disrespectful behavior without allowing it to disturb our inner equilibrium. Additionally, Stoic philosophy encourages us to shift our focus from external events to our internal state of mind. Rather than reacting impulsively to disrespect with anger or frustration, we can choose to respond with wisdom and restraint. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This profound insight reminds us that our mental resilience is our greatest asset in the face of adversity. Furthermore, maintaining inner peace involves nurturing a deep sense of self-worth and confidence that is unaffected by external validation. By cultivating a strong sense of self-awareness and self-acceptance, we can shield ourselves from the impact of disrespectful behavior. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This Stoic perspective reminds us that true wealth lies in our internal state, rather than in external accolades or approval. In essence, maintaining inner peace in the face of disrespect requires a commitment to self-awareness, mindfulness, and emotional resilience. By practicing Stoic principles such as focusing on what is within our control and embracing the present moment, we can cultivate a profound sense of tranquility that transcends external circumstances. Lesson 2. Respond with dignity. When confronted with disrespect, one of the most powerful responses we can employ is to maintain our dignity. Stoicism teaches us the importance of responding to adversity with grace and integrity, regardless of how others may behave. Instead of allowing ourselves to be drawn into conflict or retaliation, we can choose to respond with dignity and self-respect. Responding with dignity involves exercising restraint and thoughtfulness in our words and actions. Rather than reacting impulsively in the heat of the moment, take a step back and consider the most appropriate way to address the situation. Seneca advises, "We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" This self-reflection allows us to cultivate the virtue of dignity in our responses to disrespect. Moreover, responding with dignity requires us to rise above the urge to engage in tit-for-tat exchanges or seek revenge. Instead of seeking retribution, focus on maintaining your own moral integrity and upholding the values that are important to you. As Epictetus wisely counsels, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. By remaining true to our principles, we demonstrate strength of character and earn the respect of others. Furthermore, responding with dignity involves setting boundaries and asserting our right to be treated with respect. Clearly communicate your expectations for respectful behavior, and be prepared to enforce consequences if those boundaries are violated. Remember that standing up for yourself and asserting your dignity is not an act of aggression, but rather an affirmation of your self-worth. In summary, responding with dignity to disrespect requires us to exercise restraint, uphold our moral principles, and assert our boundaries with confidence. By choosing to respond with grace and integrity, we not only preserve our own dignity but also set an example for others to follow. Lesson 3. Cultivate compassion and understanding. In the face of disrespect, it can be easy to react with defensiveness or hostility. However, Stoicism teaches us the importance of cultivating compassion and understanding, even towards those who may mistreat us. By adopting a mindset of empathy and seeking to understand the motivations behind disrespectful behavior, we can respond with wisdom and compassion. Cultivating compassion involves recognizing that disrespectful behavior often stems from underlying insecurities, fears, or past experiences. Instead of taking offense or lashing out in retaliation, strive to empathize with the other person's perspective. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly." By acknowledging the inherent challenges of human interaction, we can approach disrespectful behavior with greater compassion and understanding. Moreover, cultivating compassion requires us to resist the temptation to judge or condemn others for their actions. Instead of viewing disrespectful individuals as inherently malicious or unworthy of empathy, recognize their humanity and inherent worth. Seneca reminds us, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." By reframing our perspective and choosing to respond with compassion, we can diffuse tension and promote healing in our relationships. Furthermore, cultivating compassion involves practicing active listening and open communication. Take the time to listen attentively to the other person's concerns and grievances, and strive to validate their experiences without necessarily condoning their behavior. By fostering open dialogue and mutual respect, we can create opportunities for reconciliation and understanding, even in the face of disrespect. In summary, cultivating compassion and understanding in response to disrespect requires us to empathize with the other person's perspective, resist judgment, and promote open communication. By adopting a mindset of compassion, we not only diffuse conflicts but also foster deeper connections and mutual respect in our relationships. Lesson 4. Focus on self-improvement. In moments of disrespect, it's easy to become fixated on the actions or words of others. However, Stoicism encourages us to shift our focus inward and prioritize self-improvement as a response to adversity. Instead of dwelling on the disrespectful behavior of others, use it as an opportunity to reflect on areas where you can grow and develop as an individual. Focusing on self-improvement involves taking a proactive approach to personal growth and development. Rather than allowing disrespect to undermine your confidence or self-worth, channel that energy into constructive actions that align with your values and goals. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Use disrespectful encounters as motivation to strive for excellence and become the best version of yourself. Moreover, focusing on self-improvement requires us to cultivate a growth mindset that embraces challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Instead of viewing disrespectful behavior as a reflection of our worth, see it as a chance to develop resilience, patience, and emotional intelligence. By reframing adversity as a catalyst for personal growth, we can transform negative experiences into valuable lessons. Furthermore, focusing on self-improvement involves setting goals and taking concrete steps towards achieving them. Identify areas where you would like to grow or develop, whether it's improving communication skills, building confidence, or cultivating emotional resilience, and create a plan of action to work towards those goals. By investing in your own growth and development, you reclaim agency over your life and empower yourself to overcome any challenge. In summary, focusing on self-improvement in response to disrespect allows us to reclaim our power and agency in challenging situations. By adopting a growth mindset, setting goals, and taking proactive steps towards personal development, we can turn moments of adversity into opportunities for growth and transformation. Lesson 5. Practice emotional detachment. When faced with disrespect, it's natural to experience a range of emotions, including anger, frustration, or hurt. However, Stoicism teaches us the value of practicing emotional detachment as a means of maintaining inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. By cultivating a mindset of emotional detachment, we can respond to disrespect with clarity and composure, rather than allowing our emotions to dictate our reactions. Practicing emotional detachment involves learning to observe our emotions without becoming entangled in them. Instead of reacting impulsively to disrespectful behavior, take a step back and observe your emotional response with curiosity and detachment. Recognize that your emotions are temporary and transient, and that you have the power to choose how you respond to them. Moreover, Practicing emotional detachment requires us to cultivate a sense of inner calm and stability. Stoicism teaches us to view external events with equanimity, recognizing that our peace of mind is not dependent on the actions or words of others. Instead of allowing disrespectful behavior to unsettle us, cultivate a sense of inner tranquility that remains unaffected by external circumstances. Furthermore, practicing emotional detachment involves reframing our perspective and focusing on what truly matters. Instead of getting caught up in petty conflicts or seeking validation from others, prioritize your own values and principles. Remember that your worth is not determined by the opinions or behavior of others, but by your own integrity and self-respect. In summary, practicing emotional detachment in response to disrespect allows us to maintain inner peace and resilience in the face of adversity. By observing our emotions with detachment, cultivating inner calm, and prioritizing our values, we can respond to disrespect with clarity, composure, and self-assurance. Lesson 6. Set boundaries and assert yourself. When confronted with disrespect, it's crucial to set clear boundaries and assert yourself in a firm yet respectful manner. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining your dignity and self-respect, even in challenging situations. By setting boundaries and asserting yourself, you establish your own worth and communicate to others that disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated. Setting boundaries involves clearly defining what behavior is acceptable and unacceptable to you. Take the time to reflect on your values and principles and identify the behaviors that you will not tolerate from others. Whether it's verbal insults, dismissive attitudes, or disrespectful gestures, make it known to others where you draw the line. Moreover, setting boundaries requires us to communicate our expectations clearly and assertively. Instead of passively accepting disrespectful behavior, speak up and assert yourself in a calm yet assertive manner. Use I statements to express how the behavior makes you feel and clearly communicate what you expect moving forward. Furthermore, setting boundaries involves enforcing consequences for crossing those boundaries. Clearly communicate to others the consequences of their disrespectful behavior, whether it's ending a conversation, walking away from a situation, or limiting future interactions. By enforcing consequences consistently, you send a clear message that disrespectful behavior will not be tolerated. In summary, setting boundaries and asserting yourself in response to disrespect is essential for maintaining your dignity and self-respect. By clearly defining your boundaries, communicating them assertively, and enforcing consequences for crossing them, you establish healthy boundaries in your relationships and communicate to others that you deserve to be treated with respect. Lesson 7. Cultivate empathy and understanding. In moments of disrespect, it's important to cultivate empathy and understanding, both for yourself and for the individual exhibiting disrespectful behavior. Stoicism teaches us to approach challenging situations with compassion and empathy, recognizing that everyone faces their own struggles and challenges. Cultivating empathy involves putting yourself in the shoes of the other person and trying to understand their perspective. While disrespectful behavior may be hurtful or offensive, it's often a manifestation of deeper insecurities, fears, or frustrations. By empathizing with the individual, you can gain insight into the root cause of their behavior and respond with compassion rather than anger or resentment. Moreover, cultivating empathy requires us to practice active listening and validation. Instead of immediately reacting to disrespectful behavior, take the time to listen to what the other person is saying and validate their feelings, even if you don't agree with their behavior. By demonstrating empathy and understanding, you create space for open dialogue and resolution. Furthermore, cultivating empathy involves reframing the situation and focusing on finding common ground. Stoicism teaches us to view others as fellow human beings, deserving of dignity and respect, regardless of their actions. By finding common ground and seeking to understand the underlying motivations behind disrespectful behavior, you can foster greater empathy and connection. In summary, cultivating empathy and understanding in response to disrespect allows us to approach challenging situations with compassion and grace. By empathizing with the other person, practicing active listening and validation, and focusing on finding common ground, we can respond to disrespectful behavior in a way that promotes understanding and resolution. Lesson 8. Practice forgiveness and letting go. When faced with disrespect, practicing forgiveness and letting go can be a powerful way to release negative emotions and move forward with a sense of peace and freedom. Stoicism teaches us that holding on to anger, resentment, or grudges only serves to harm ourselves, and that true strength lies in the ability to forgive and let go. Practicing forgiveness involves letting go of any lingering feelings of anger or resentment towards the individual who has disrespected you. Instead of holding on to negative emotions, choose to release them and free yourself from the burden of carrying them. Recognize that forgiveness is not about condoning or excusing the other person's behavior, but about freeing yourself from the emotional pain it has caused. Moreover, practicing forgiveness requires us to cultivate empathy and compassion towards the individual who has disrespected us. Stoicism teaches us to view others with understanding and compassion, recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and faces their own struggles. By extending forgiveness to the individual, we offer them the opportunity for redemption and growth. Furthermore, practicing forgiveness involves letting go of the desire for revenge or retribution. Instead of seeking retaliation for the disrespect we have experienced, choose to release any thoughts of vengeance and focus on moving forward with grace and dignity. Remember that holding on to feelings of resentment or seeking revenge only perpetuates the cycle of negativity and harm. In summary, practicing forgiveness and letting go in response to disrespect allows us to release negative emotions and move forward with a sense of peace and freedom. By letting go of anger and resentment, cultivating empathy and compassion, and releasing the desire for revenge, we can free ourselves from the burden of negativity and embrace a life of greater joy and fulfillment. Lesson 9. Focus on self-improvement and growth. In the face of disrespect, it's essential to focus on self-improvement and growth, using the experience as an opportunity for personal development. Stoicism teaches us that adversity can be a catalyst for growth and transformation, and that challenges like disrespect can serve as valuable lessons to propel us forward on our journey. Focusing on self-improvement involves reflecting on the situation and identifying areas where you can grow and develop as an individual. Ask yourself what lessons you can learn from the experience of disrespect and how you can use it as an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. Stoicism encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for improvement rather than obstacles to our progress. Moreover, focusing on self-improvement requires us to cultivate resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. Instead of allowing disrespect to discourage or demotivate us, use it as fuel to propel yourself forward and strive for greater achievements. Remember that setbacks and challenges are an inevitable part of life, but it's how we respond to them that defines our character and determines our success. Furthermore, focusing on self-improvement involves taking proactive steps to address any shortcomings or areas of weakness that may have contributed to the disrespect you experienced. Whether it's working on communication skills, assertiveness, or self-confidence, commit to continuous growth and development to become the best version of yourself. In summary, focusing on self-improvement and growth in response to disrespect allows us to turn adversity into an opportunity for personal development and transformation. By reflecting on the situation, cultivating resilience, and taking proactive steps to address areas of weakness, we can emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Lesson 10. Cultivate inner strength and resilience. In moments of disrespect, cultivating inner strength and resilience is crucial to maintaining your sense of self-worth and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us to cultivate a sense of inner peace and stability that is unaffected by external circumstances, allowing us to navigate challenging situations with grace and fortitude. Cultivating inner strength involves developing a deep sense of self-awareness and confidence in your own worth and abilities. Recognize that your value as a person is not determined by the opinions or actions of others, but by your inherent dignity and worthiness. Stoicism encourages us to cultivate a strong sense of self-esteem that is rooted in our virtues and values, rather than external validation. Moreover, cultivating inner strength requires us to practice self-care and self-compassion in the face of disrespect. Take time to nurture yourself emotionally, mentally and physically, and treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to a friend in need. Remember that self-compassion is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful tool for building resilience and emotional well-being. Furthermore, cultivating inner strength involves reframing negative experiences and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. Stoicism teaches us to view challenges as opportunities to exercise our virtues and develop our character, rather than as obstacles to our happiness or success. By embracing adversity with courage and resilience, we can emerge stronger and more resilient than before. In summary, cultivating inner strength and resilience in response to disrespect allows us to maintain our sense of self-worth and emotional well-being in the face of adversity. By developing self-awareness, practicing self-compassion, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, we can cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and stability that empowers us to thrive in any situation.